not based on what the offense is doing, but how I want to line up. I'm dictating where I'm going to roll the safety down. Am I going to roll one at all? But I'm going to move guys around to make that offense, especially in the RPO world. If you just have one guy stand in the wrong spot, or to us, like stand in a spot you've never stood in before, that takes away that RPO just by putting someone there for a second. Like, do you attack that the same way as like always? You guys are getting really smart, so you guys doing the same thing against the offenses.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that we put in, just use the fronts for example. So, over spring we install tight, we install over, we install under, then we install, Oki double fives. So we install all that just static. The kids just line up in that. They learn all the run fits. They learn all everything. The second level runs all the run fits. We combine it with all the coverages. We play behind it, and then we start pre-snap moving them. So now we start in tight, and then boom, we get into under right when the cadence starts, and we reduce that outside linebacker, and we do that for each front. So we'll line up in an odd front, get to even, we'll get to even, and then line up in an odd front. So there's the pre-snap stuff. We do the same thing with the back end. We'll show two high, we'll down to one high, we'll show one high, and then end up getting into quarters and things like that. So we do that pre-snap. That's kind of the second part, and then the third part is doing that all post-snap. So we'll start tight, and then we'll slant to under, or we'll slant to over, or we'll get in double fives and slant to four eyes, and we'll do all that stuff post snap. But the kids, it's not super expensive on the kids because they already learned tight, they already learned under, they already learned over. So when you start doing all these slanting and these gap inserts where you're ending up in evens using post snap, you can just tell the kids, hey, I know we're starting tight. You already learned the under front. Now you're just playing the under front post snap. So you can do a lot, but if you teach it certain ways, you can kind of make it inexpensive. And then you start doing different things with personnel packages. We have a sub personnel package and a big personnel package, but we steal those exact same concepts. So now we're giving a bunch of different looks, but really kind of still doing the same things the same way that offenses are, doing a bunch of different shifting and, full formation motions and things like that, but still running inside zone or whatever their base calls are. We're kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, because some I've talked to are saying call a defense like an offense. So like if you teach something, no matter where they're lined up, they already know what's going on, no matter where they start. If they know what they're doing. I think Wade Phillips said it. Like if you know what you're doing, you can play fast. People always say play fast, but if you know what you're doing, you'll play fast. So that's a good way for you. I like that where defense coordinators say we're calling it like an offense. We have to catch up. Like you said, they had to catch up to the spread, and then you did years ago. Years ago, defense coordinators caught up.